So, free stuff and purchase stuff from Insomnia is coming up. It's down there. It's ready to be sorted. But we've got to talk about not even just gaming, but technology stuff, because this past week saw the UK launch of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7, or no, Galaxy Note 7, I think it is, the phone, got cancelled because of all these reports from, I think, South Korea, where it first got released, and in America over the last couple of weeks, of the things catching fire or melting, basically due to faulty batteries in the thing. The news of the cancellation came on the day of the launch. A lot of people were waiting to get their new phones. Turns out they're going to be waiting for a few weeks longer at least. And of course the timing of this was very interesting, because a few days before that, roughly I think last Wednesday, Apple announced we're going to be having a press conference on Wednesday, September the 7th. Now, we're expecting them to be unveiling a new iPhone that's supposedly not got a headphone socket. It's going to be just wireless lightning cable connected and stuff, along with other features, but we really don't know that much. In terms of what's leaked out, it's not a huge amount, which I'm sort of thinking is why what has happened with Sony has happened. Because that's the thing. This Wednesday is going to be a ridiculous day, because not only have we got the Apple launch of whatever it is, probably a new iPhone, could be other stuff, who knows, but Sony has got their press conference as well, which we're pretty much expecting will have the launch of the PS4 Neo, or whatever it's going to be called, the new version of the PS4, which will be extra capacity suitable for 60 frames a second 1080p games, as well as the VR headset. It will still run with the old model, but it's just being tweaked slightly to make it a little bit better. Then of course we've got the already existing, because I've seen people unbox them and play them and turn them on, the slim PS4s, which looks to be the new model replacing the old squarish model. You know, and there are rumours of other stuff that Sony could be unveiling at that event. Either way, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't think I'm even going to be here, because I've got to catch up on movies. So when all these announcements are happening, I'll be probably catching some film. I don't even know what it is off the top of my head. It's that good. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, because yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty crazy week. There might be a lot to talk about on next Monday's video. Then again, there might not. We will have to wait till fate. We'll have to wait till fate. Nah, whatever. So, we start off with the freebies. This is all I got from the opening ceremonies. This bag. Not the stuff that's in it, just the bag. They were throwing out, like, keyboard, mice, headsets, empty boxes carrying all the stuff, Haribo sweets, t-shirts, lanyards, stress ball things, blow-up banger things, which I forgot, and I can't be bothered to find them. But one of the things I should have put in here, if you've watched the League of Legends streams, you'll have seen the white and orange, like, drumsticks. They're just the two inflatable sticks that you blow up, because they're basically like blow-up rubber rings that kids use in swimming pools. Or life buoys, you know, the things you put on your arms. And you just bang them together, and because of the plastic that they sound like basically drums banging together. I forgot to bring them with me, because there was quite a bit of actually paid stuff that I got. Now, this was an interesting promotion they were doing. If you were playing games, you could actually get ice creams. I hope that they're doing, even though it's not really the summer, I hope that they're doing this in a few weeks, because I actually might take advantage of it next time, that I'm actually more prepared for the thing. Let's see what else. I'll give these guys a shout out. I never actually got a chance to play the game, but I did get a chance to see some people playing it, and it looked a very interesting narrative horror game by the name of Mannequin. I'm guessing they're trying to go for Steam Greenlight, because I saw it running on a PC. I'm hoping, although it hasn't been confirmed so far, that they're going to be at EGX. If not, I will have to try and have a look at that. If the devs are watching, you know, there you go. You got publicity, my friend. I don't know how much publicity because all the other videos I've seen are, I met Syndicate. It's like 95% of the YouTubers were there. I was like, I don't know who they are. No offense to all these people, but it's like, I really don't follow the YouTuber scene that much. And I guess most of the people that I do are American. I know a few of them were over, like Gassy Mexican, I mean, Sky Does Minecraft was going to come over, but due to some issue that cropped up, he wasn't able to make it. I think the Creatures also came over. You know, they're partnered with Rooster Teeth in some shape or form, like Kind of Funny are and all that. But yeah, all the British people I really didn't know, apart from Syndicate. I don't know whether that's my ignorance or whether that's a good thing. But there you go. So, Forza had like a challenge thing with their demo. And I went on Thursday and beat it in the afternoon. And I got a Xbox One lanyard. And the thing is, it's actually pretty silky. These lanyards this year, they actually, you know, did some pretty well with them. I didn't get any Sony lanyards, so Sony, make sure I get one next month or in a few weeks, whatever, I don't know. Then this is my lanyard for the Game Fest, or sorry, League Fest, the League of Legends stuff, which was actually, it was his own separate booth. There was some cosplay stuff that was pretty intricately detailed. I did find it slightly depressing, though, that the women that were dressed in very little got some of the loudest cheers. It was like, well, there goes that. But, you know, some of the costumes from both male and female cosplayers were pretty extravagant and beautiful to look at. So, even though I'm not a big fan of the League of Legends universe itself, it was certainly... I will say, when League Fest is on next year, if I do go, I'd be interested in going again for the League Fest festivities. That's even a thing. There was one thing that was there one of the days, which is like a full sort of... one of the characters, I think, is like a wolf, and they created it. It took a fair few months, but the wolf that they designed, I've got photos of it on my phone, and the phone isn't around, but I'm pretty sure if you search on YouTube for the character, I don't even know what the name of the character is. That's how much I am into League, but it was interesting. There was bits where you could meet sort of the pros that were playing and that, so for them it's pretty good. And because of the certain players not taking part because it was in the playoff section, there were some pretty big names like TSM's the odd one, Kevin, I'm trying to think of the other ones. I should know, because I kept seeing I kept seeing it in the video every day. I don't know whether I think they edited stuff into that video every day for Insomnia, new stuff. Can't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember. I just know TSM, the odd one, because he's a good one that's been in League of Legends for a fair few years. But yeah, that was... I probably talked about it enough last week. There's a event guide, which was interesting because on the other days, apart from the first day, you had to pay £1 for these. Literally, because we were there, I guess on the first day of the event, they were just saying take it, even though they specifically said you have to pay for them. And I was like, yep. So technically that isn't a freebie, but it is. Now this was interesting. Get £10 off various games. Because they were giving plenty of these flyers out. Recall, which didn't look too bad. Forza, which looked very good. Apparently if you get the Ultimate Edition, you get it 3 days early. So that's when the next convention starts. That's going to be interesting. If the game launches while it's out, I hope the demo then that they have at the actual event in a few weeks is the actual game, considering, you know, it's already out. Killer Instinct Definitive Edition. That's why KI was there, I guess. Gears of War, which is October the 7th. Again, 4 days early access with the Ultimate Edition. Halo in February. Dead Rising in December. Various thingamy-boos. The other lanyard I got was a Sniper Elite 4. I got it as a bonus for buying something that I'll be showing later on. So I notice I've lost internet on my computer. Hope that might have started the video. Who knows? It's still recording, so screw it. You were supposed to get it if you completed the mission, but I don't think I took the easy way out. I sort of paid for it. Somewhat over the top, but too bad. Now, when I went to complete it a second time on the Sunday, the Forza demo, I got a different prize. So clearly these must have come over the weekend. And it's a Forza Horizon 3 Boomerang, which it makes sense because the game is set in Australia. That's where all the competing is. Oh wow, it's got actual instructions how to use it. Hold the boomerang with the curved face towards you. Well, I'm not going to throw it because obviously in here there's a wall like less than a meter this way. It's like, that's useful. Unsuitable for children under 36 months. How's a 3-year-old going to swallow that? I guess because of the depth, it really could lodge in some kid's throat. And again, it could lodge in anybody's throat if you tried to stick it down at the wrong angle. Giggity. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. 45 degrees to the right, giving the maximum rotation from the hand. Whatever. Again, here's the advantage of doing stuff at the end of the convention. It's in large, it probably doesn't fit me. But, for playing the Uncharted 4 multiplayer session that they had, I managed to get I guess it's Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. You know, the remastered 1 through 3 t-shirt. It's hard to tell. It may be Uncharted 4. It looks like the Nathan Drake collection though. I'll know that because here's the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection coaster set, which I shouldn't have got, but I was literally like, there's a pile of 15 in the corner. After everybody had finished for the day, I went, what are those? Yep, I'm doing memes. And he just went, oh, you can have one. So, they're nice and actually branded and whatever. They're proper sort of like chipboard sort of stuff. So you got the generic cover one, and then you've got the Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune one. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, probably the best of the original trilogy, and Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, all the artwork of the box stuff. So yeah, looking at actually the artwork on the actual box of the stuff, I would suggest that the t-shirt is an Uncharted Nathan Drake collection shirt. But, you know, it's swag. Scan Computers had a whole bunch of these wristbands on, which I think if I tried to get on my hand, I would lose circulation because it looks like a child size, which is rather useful. Also, I would ask, looking at this, it says be the first to play these in Hall 6, and it says Farpoint. Unless you had a PlayStation VR session lined up, and you actually managed to get that game, you didn't get a chance to play it at all. So they're like saying, oh, you know, be the first to play. And in reality, it was, you don't have a chance of playing said game. And also, while I'm packing the rest of the stuff up, more publicity to Mannequin. Go to Twitter, Two Tails Games, and the Mannequin .game. It actually, I didn't get to play it, which I was a bit disappointed about, because there were other people playing it at the time, and I was trying to see as much as I could at the event. But it did look very good and atmospheric. The other problem as well, because you're at a convention, is obviously because it's a narrative horror, it's going to be about putting you in the sights and sounds. Where their booth was, it was about 30 foot away, so about 5 to 10 meters, give or take. If I'm being honest. That basically, all you'd have heard with the speakers on was like, it wouldn't have really worked. Which is, you know, that's that's out of their hands and whatever to do. So then I come to my actual purchases. So we start off retro, the retro video game stand. First time I've actually met one. All the other conventions I've had to, they've never had like a stand where you can buy second-hand retro games. That was good to see. There was plenty of stuff that was there, and I just didn't have enough money. It was tempting, some of the stuff, because some of it was pretty good price compared to what I could basically remember of some of the things I was looking for online. But, of course, by the time I got to day 3 and actually managed to get the money, yeah, most of it had gone. So, what did I get? I got a rather faded, hence why it was a little bit cheaper, second-hand Toy Story game, which I only picked up because I've heard somewhat good things. Oh, the interesting thing about this one is it's actually Super Game Boy Game Pack, it says on it. I don't know if you can make that there, just above Buzz's helmet. It says Super Game Boy Game Pack. So I guess that works with the Super Nintendo and gives you some extra features. That is a surprise. That is a pleasant surprise. Second, I had to get this one. I've wanted it ever since the sad passing of Satoru Iwata. And it's the one that he helped create and do. Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. Yeah. Again, what does that say? Game Boy Game Pack. Have they all got that little sticker? I guess they have. I don't know what that is. Doesn't say Super Game Boy though. It's not special. It's got some writing on the label. I think it says Danny or Denny. Hence why it was a little bit cheaper again than the rest. But it's Kirby's Dream Land. I actually own a physical copy that's legit because it comes with the Nintendo Game Boy written on the top. I've stressed that for a reason. I'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, I own what is seen as the holy grail of Iwata's work. Been wanting it for quite a few months. Probably since actually Christmas, so most of this year. I got Wario Land, aka Super Mario Land 3, which I think means I'm sort of completed the series, because I think I've got Super Mario Land 1. I may not have though, so I could have cocked up. I know I've got Super Mario Land 2 because I've completed that. Obviously got Super Mario Land 3, which is technically Wario Land 1 at the same time, which is weird. I've got Wario Land 2, I've got Wario Land 3. Actually, I don't think I've got Super Mario Land 1. So, I guess if I do go to the convention again in December, I know what I'm buying. Because I know they have multiple copies of it. But I don't think... I think the reason I didn't buy it was because of this. You might be wondering, that doesn't look right. Well, yes, it is a reproduction cartridge, as in this... this case on the front of it is a reproduction case. The board inside it all seems to be correct in terms of what's in there. But yeah, this is a Game Boy Color game. And as you can tell, that it isn't right because the labels are different sort of color. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, the DX edition, the Game Boy Color Special Edition. I mean, the case isn't on perfectly straight, but I've played... I think I'm like up to about Dungeon 5 or 6 on it. I can't remember. But for the £10 that it was, it's worked really well so far. Hasn't been any issues with it really so far. Hope that there won't be for too long, because again, I was willing to get this as a repo cartridge because one, the first party ones are very expensive on eBay and whatever. So, because I wanted to try out the game in somewhat of a legal fashion rather than emulate it, I thought this was the closest thing possible, because I'm actually playing it on a Game Boy Color. I'm not playing it on like a PC or anything. I'm not using save states. I'm using the battery. That's one thing that I think they do with these carts. Because they're repro carts, they're actually got somewhat of a fresh battery in, I think. So, hopefully, because these batteries are known to last a fair long while, because obviously they're only in use really when the power's on for the thing, I think. Hopefully that will last a while, and I've got them for a few years and I don't have to replace them for very long. He says hopefully. And then the other two that I got, one is somewhat of a guilty pleasure because, you know, it is Seven Sins. If you've seen Guru Larry's Games Yanks Can't Wank, which I think was actually done by Wes, this is a very infamous game. It didn't come out in America, I think, just because of the content and stuff. It's sort of, though, like The Sims, but adult. So there's, like, spanking mini-games and whatever, and there's a bit where, like, there's a woman in a shower, and you've got to do moves with the analog sticks, which are just so happen to be placed sort of where her breasts are when the camera angle's on it, which is... It's cheesy, but the thing is, I think it's like... I mean, it cost me £4. I think it's roughly that much. Even getting it second-hand from my local stores, and that's if they've actually got it in, which is somewhat rare. But yeah, it contains moderate sex and sexual voyeurism. So, to perfectly counteract that, and I got... This is the... I think I mentioned it last week. This is the game I never knew existed. Toe Jam and Earl free, because I've got the first two via Steam, and I've kickstarted the new one, which I guess is Toe Jam and Earl 4. But I didn't know this existed, and the fact it was an Xbox exclusive. So the fact it was only £6, I was willing to go, yeah. Also, sorry, I've only just noticed this now. Why has that bug got a giant rack of boobs? What the hell? I should have looked at that when I actually bought the thing. The thing is, it's actually pretty heavy, so I'm guessing the manual in it is pretty huge. I don't know whether I've heard good things about it, but it's Toe Jam and Earl. You know, and considering I've backed the Kickstarter for the other one, I might as well have the complete collection. Especially if I didn't know that the collection even existed. Then the other interesting purchases were actually not even games. So, Game, with their Game Galleon and whatever, had a giant shelf of Blu-rays for only £1 each, aka $1 each. Most of the stuff that I got probably wouldn't even cost £1 or $1 if I went to my local second-hand shops, or even to Game itself. I guess it was just stock that they were massively trying to clear, so I got Expendables 1, SummerSlam 2012, what was on that show? CM Punk. It is a Blu-ray, isn't it? Yeah, it's got the right format. Oh, right, the chapter's on the inside. Jericho versus Ziggler. Oh, it's just... they stuck a sticker on the top, so I can't properly look, the bastards. Does that mean I've got to... They stuck it in. That's very cheeky. I've got... oh, why don't I just take the disc out? And, wow, it's a very odd mark, but then I paid £1 for it. So, Kane versus Bryan, Jericho Ziggler, Miz Mysterio, Sheamus Del Rio, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus the Primetime Players, CM Punk versus John Cena versus Big Show, and Triple H versus Lesnar. That bit I remember. The rest of it, oh wow, it's got an actual code thing in. It's got one of these security strip things in. Thank God I didn't walk into any store with those the day after. Otherwise it would have gone beep, 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 beep. They'd have looked at me thinking I've stolen something. Legend of Hercules. I know it's shit, and this is the other thing that enough shops don't do. And I shouldn't really be saying this because otherwise I'm not going to be getting free stuff. I got this for 99p, but the thing is, it contains an ultraviolet digital code that just so happened, 1, to not be removed from the case, and 2, not be used. So, basically, I spent 99p for a download, which I think it costs at least £4 online, so same goes for This Is 40. Did the same with that. So I've got that digitally for nothing, for paying £1. Greg Davis, British comedian. I mainly got it for the fact that it's got the Blu-ray in, and I don't think I own this. So I basically just have it for the DVD version rather than anything. And then I also got Iron Sky, which says it's got a digital download, but it's like an old school one, as in, yeah, you have to be on Internet Explorer or XP. Wow, that's how old it is. Must be redeemed by May 2013. Yeah, no. But it actually came with a sort of very in-depth making of little booklet inside the thing, which I approve of. And that was one purchase I think I made. There wasn't actually the second part to that one. But then I went a few days later and managed to get a couple of others. One of which was Best of Raw and SmackDown 2011. That's 3 discs. 3 discs of wrestling for £1. They've stuck the label on the disc. Bloody prats. What matches are on this? Miz versus Morrison. Kofi Kingston, Wade Barrett. Edge versus Kane and Last Man Standing or something. Trying to see if there's any games that any matches that I recognise that were really, really good. I don't know why I said it like that. Ezekiel Jackson versus Cody Rhodes. I've got to mention that just because it's that. Punk versus Ziggler. Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. There's nothing that comes off the top of my head. It's rather annoying to say, because I should do. I mean, looking at the artwork here, they might be. Oh, they've probably got. Yeah, they got Christian versus Orton. I guess when the title changed. No, it didn't actually. What else? Cena versus Miz. Del Rio versus Punk. There's an irony to that. And then the other one I got was an interesting one. Not Roger Corman. Ray Harryhausen's Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Exec produced by Sam Katzman. Wow, the icon of horror. Yeah, the technical effects are all Harryhausen things. But again, ultraviolet code. And again, nobody expired it, so I have the black and white and the colour versions for basically nothing. Ding. And then the final lot, I managed to get, came in a weird packet, but it's, I think, the first full season of Battlestar Galactica. The first and second seasons of Downton Abbey for £1 each. It's like, jeez. Now, that's like 3 or 4 discs. Take Shelter, because, you know, all hail Jeff Nichols. Hashtag loving, hashtag Oscars. And then Wrath of the Titans 3D, which I bought because I thought it had a code in, and because I never properly looked. It didn't, so I picked up the wrong one, so I'm an idiot. But I got Wrath of the Titans on DVD, which I don't think I had. I think I had Clash of the Titans when it had a free code, so I sort of won, but not. Then the main event, that's a stretch. They gave it to me actually in the box that they brought it in, which is very good. It is a limited special edition Sniper Elite 3 PC game tin. And because I'm an idiot, I'm not going to open it. I thought I was, but then I thought no. But I'll tell you what is in it by looking at the back. Obviously, you got the game on a couple of discs, which of course means it was, by the looks of it, it's number 492 of 1,000 that you can. Apparently, you can only buy these direct from the development team, which obviously were there at the event showing the thing off. So, yeah, it comes with a game, access to all the DLC. It cost me £30, which is probably too much compared to it probably be reduced by February on Steam. But it's for the physical goods that I sort of got it. Because you get that. There's a wax-sealed secret dossier with maps, spotters guides, stuff I guess that could help you in the game, I don't know. An A5 card, hand signed by a few of the devs. A T-shirt, which doesn't look too bad from the box art. A tin, protected by a printed card case, which is that thing that's wrapped around it. Hand illustrated playing cards. Oh wow, they actually do look pretty cool. A firing range poster. Don't know where. Oh, I see. It's that one. Oh, it's somebody with a Nazi soldier, right? Cut 6 Sniper Elite postcards, and a badge, I guess, that you can stitch onto like a shirt or something. Something I do want to point out though This poster on the back, it says ISIS. I would make a joke, but I don't think I can because, you know, obvious reasons. There you go. I don't know whether I'm going to open this yet. I might save it because I've got those Game Boy games. I've got those other games. We'll put it in the back in the box for now, just because it'll be easier for me to carry when I finish doing this video, which is probably going to be soon. And I'll give it to one of my top men. Top men.